Any questions before we started?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I got beers, check, band, check.
Hell yeah.
We did it.
Well, my only question for the three of you before we fully start is, I usually start with an opening crack. I don't know if you have any unopened beverages that you'd like to participate with the opening crack with. I should have sent a message
grab
ahead of
some.
time.
I cracked mine. Go give me a second PBR, and then I'll just double fist it. It's fine.
Yeah, it happens. all the
Soju
time.
number 2.
Soju number
Soju number 2.
Double fist.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
All
All right. So what I'll do here is I'll count us down. We'll crack these. I'll do the little intro, bring the three of you in, and we'll just have a good time.
Sweet.
Sounds
Good.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. Very stoked on this one. Got another Denver band on the pod. Sitting down with Blackberry Crush tonight. How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Hell
Excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
For people that might not be aware, Blackberry Crush, like I said, is from Denver. You guys are kind of like a shoegaze, grunge, emo amalgamation in there. That is some really sick stuff that by the time this episode is out, the new EP will be already out, so everyone should have hopefully checked it out. Streamed it millions of times already.
Bro.
I had a timer go off. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. The EP it's coming up, which
Yeah.
is weird because it's been done forever.
Yeah, we've been done with it since like May.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's not a bad timeline to kind of sit on it. Like, I've talked to people that have sat on their like releases for almost a year sometimes. So I feel like May is at least decent enough where it's like you weren't sitting on it so long where you're almost tired of it yet.
Real.
I'm definitely like, it's like it's old news to me now.
I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be tired of it. Like this one feels different to me.
All right.
I don't think I'll ever be like truly tired of it.
Yeah, it is because this is our first like label release.
Yeah.
Because everything we did before, it was like, well, we finished it today, so we'll just put it out tomorrow. And it's like a very like, it kind of felt like just taking shots in the dark, but now everything feels like a little bit more calculated.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's good because there's like confidence behind it that wasn't there before.
Yeah. I know we're jumping into everything. I want people to at least know who they're seeing or listening to. Can you kind of go around the room real quick and kind of say who you are and what you do in Blackberry Crush?
I'm Charlie, and I play guitar, and I sing, and I do synths and samples on the record as well. Though like there's like two, but that's me.
And I'm Piper. No, I'm kidding. I'm Nick Shell. I play drums in the band, and I'm just here for emotional support as well. Just hype man, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just bang on them heads and stuff.
You did some sick shaker and tambourine action.
That's right, and aux percussion.
Yeah.
There we are.
Hell yeah.
There we are.
True. Cool. Yeah, I'm Piper. I play guitar and I sing, and I started all this technically with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I am the forefront of it all. But
Yeah.
the namesake.
The band used to be called Blackberry Piper, which is
Yeah.
like a really cheap pun on like pie. And it was like, yeah, because we used to live up in Wyoming, and we were like, we're gonna start a band, and it's gonna be like a folk indie band. And then we kind of like just came across like Fontaine's DC and like My Bloody Valentine. And we were
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't care about that anymore. And
Yeah.
this is kind of what happened.
Now we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any reasoning behind keeping the at least the name Blackberry when you switched from Blackberry Piper to Blackberry Crush?
I think for us it was just like not wanting to deviate too far from what already existed. The whole like Blackberry Piper came from genuinely like a joke about if you were a pie, what kind of pie would you be, with our old bandmates in Wyoming. And then it devolved from there, and then I was like, oh, I don't really want my name in the band anymore, but we didn't want to like drastically do something different, and we honestly couldn't think of anything different.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we're like, what other word could we put in place of that wouldn't sound like cheesy or weird?
It's like, you know, I don't know. I feel like names are like the hardest thing for us. Sorry, I can choose my chair.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's just kind of like, it's like, I don't hate that. Let's just run with it. So,
Yeah. It like, we were throwing out words in a group chat, and Crush got thrown out there, and we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, we're gonna go with that.
the funny part about that is like, we were like, oh yeah, Blackberry Crush, that's a good name. And then
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
goes, you're aware the initials are BBC, right?
I was very, very concerned about the correlation for some reason.
We were
but
like, yeah, that's the point.
yeah,
Like-
it definitely
Yeah,
is working
yeah.
in our favor, I think. So
The funny thing, yeah, we were like, when we were kind of like trying to finalize the band name, we were like texting, and Piper and I were like sitting outside of like a very old church, like looking at like a statue of a monk having the BBC conversation.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
it is. I mean, it is an acronym that's gonna catch your eye. I think you guys do have
Oh,
the
yeah.
stickers of like I'm something along the lines of like listening to BBC or
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
something
There's a
like,
couple. Yeah.
Yeah,
which
we're
I mean,
milking it for sure.
I don't know if that's the right term to use in that context. But
Yeah, but see, like the jokes write themselves. It's so good.
that is true.
It makes making stickers really easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for people that might have like are finding you now and have listened to the early versions of Blackberry Crush, obviously Goodbye I think was the first actual song is Blackberry Crush that came out December of last year. Even going from that to With Without, which has been out at this time for like 15 days, almost half a month or so.
Yeah.
Like there's a step in there, like a little bit of a dynamic change. Do you
Yeah.
feel like you finally found like the right footing that Blackberry Crush was kind of meant to be?
I don't know that we know what our footing looks like. Originally, like, Goodbye was going to be part of the EP, and we kind of tried to center things like around that. But then I think as we started writing, we ultimately decided like they just didn't fit together the way that we thought they would. And we hadn't picked a single until we mastered it. And the person that we mastered with was like, hey, if you're gonna do a single release, like, not sure if you like want my 2 cents, but I think this is a really good choice. And originally we were gonna do something else, but the more we talked about it, we're like, yeah, that's kind of like the most different from everything that exists in our discography. And I think it's gonna like get people's attention the quickest. And it has, like, it's done really well since it's released, so yeah. But with that, I don't know
Yeah.
if we're like going for a sound.
It definitely, it's the first record that we did was like just Piper and I
Yeah.
and our buddy Jake, who like did some of the bass parts. And so it was very like, I was playing drums, and it was like, yeah, it was kind of like a very like insular thing. And now, like with Nick, like Nick is just such a like big part
No,
of
for
the
real.
sound. And Goodbye was kind of one of those things where it's like, I was kind of still writing everything. So I was like, Nick, play this.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of like did that. But now it feels like we're writing these more together. And like the drum parts that are on this new record are like so uniquely Nick. I call them like Nickisms, because there's like, we've been playing together for like
2
quite a
years,
while now.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 years, like often.
Yeah.
And so like, and I'm a drummer too, so I like play drums in other bands, and like all these fills I'll have like, I'll call them like Nickisms.
Yeah.
And so I'll just like do like a Nick imitation in other bands, and it's like,
No, and I think
but
like
it's literally, it's just Nick. Yeah.
With Without too, I think highlights like the mannerisms in which all of us play for the first time, because it's like opens with a drum solo from Nick, and like that was one of our more complicated bass lines, and our bassist Gigi, she was able to like absolutely embody this bass line. And I think it just kind of highlights like what all of our styles look like playing wise. But
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a weird thing because it's not like traditional shoegaze, and I think the song is like the song itself is like kind of just a diss track, but it's kind of like a diss track to like monotony in music, and I feel like especially now with like TikTok, we made shoegaze before it took off on TikTok. I just want to
oh my
verify.
gosh.
But there's like a very like not that TikTok is like inherently evil or anything, but there's like we call it like bro gaze. There's this like very like it's just like alt rock for like people who like think they're like sensitive, and it's like that's like the bro gaze thing. And so a lot of like the decisions we made were like what do we have to offer in this style that like we love so much but is like very saturated. And so like it's kind of like a fad, so it's like very saturated right now, but we're not gonna like abandon it because it's like a big part of our lives. So we're just trying to offer like a different perspective on it.
And not to draw this question out, but just
Yeah, it's been a long
No,
time.
I got all night.
sorry. Just my 2 cents really fast, like going back to like goodbye versus like without and that sort of thing. I think the beauty of this band is it is ever evolving in the sense of it is music that's made for the time, it's made for how we're feeling. It's so emotionally like educated and smart, and it's really trying to play to the listener's ear at this point, and I think that's what we're trying to move towards, I think.
I think for me it's like every time I write a song the challenge is to capture a more like complex emotion. And so each song is kind of like its own feeling. Because there's like kind of that thing where there's like feelings that you can't, like you can feel but you can't really describe. But I think music is a more like effective tool for that. So that's kind of like what I've been searching for is like, I like feel this thing and I can't talk about it because I just can't like articulate it. But I have a guitar and a fuzz pedal, and that does a little bit better of a job. So
Totally.
Well, I mean, like I've always said, like every release that a band does is, that chapter in that band's life as to where they are at that moment. So like especially seeing, going from like the early preludes or early chapters of the Blackberry Piper version into like whatever chapter we are now, seeing that evolution and seeing it kind of go from more of this shoegaziness into like this more just heavy in general feeling throughout. Like it's cool to see. It's definitely a record that I haven't said this in a while, I don't think, where like I've just really wanted to be in a basement just like with like a few PBRs deep, just like having you guys scream this in my face. Like I think I let out all the emotions in that time.
Yes.
But, like it's such a good record.
That's
Thank
the
you.
last house show we played was everyone was a few PBRs deep in someone's basement. We're
yeah.
playing that record.
we pulled up to this house show and we were like, oh, we're gonna like we like got all of our stuff and we're like, oh, we're gonna go to the liquor store, grab a rack of PBR because it's like it's good practice.
You do. Yeah.
But every band like showed
up.
up with a rack of PBR, and then we go to open the fridge and it's already full of PBR. So we had like 400
Not
cans
sponsored
of PBR.
yet. Not sponsored yet.
Yeah.
But it was thank you for saying that because I feel like this is the start of something really cool, and we're like so proud of the record, and it's very much like this record is kind of like built off of the back of like those friends that you make a few PBRs deep at a house show in somebody's basement.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that's like connected. Yeah.
I haven't had one of those moments in a long time. I feel old, so I don't go to house shows as much anymore.
Totally.
But
Yes.
it definitely took me back to like my, I don't know, mid-20s of when I used to do that, and stopping at the liquor store beforehand, picking up a rack of PBRs and just drinking them and then also handing them out because you're just, it's that vibe where you're just like everyone gets one.
Yep.
type deal.
Exactly.
Going back to obviously we've seen with Without being the main single, which I think it's also a great single choice because it's smack dab right in the middle of this 5-song EP, so it's not something that's like you're going to listen to right off the front. and be like, okay, I've kind of heard this already, and then kind of like turn it off. Like you have a couple songs to kind of pull you in. But what would have been that other possible single?
I was gonna say we might still do another one. We don't know, but definitely, yeah, Botulist, I think.
Yeah, but that
So
one's
good.
like Botulist is kind of like a straight ahead. It's like a very straight ahead song.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's one of my favorites. I think it captures. I think it's very effective at like its capture of like a certain emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that one for sure too was like, I don't want to say fan favorite because we didn't play it a whole lot before we,
And also fan.
but it was a band favorite for
Yeah, yeah.
sure. It was a
Oh,
band
yeah.
favorite for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that one's like also just so fun to play
it's so fun.
because it has to me it has like an attitude that like doesn't exist anywhere else in the discography. It's very fun because there's like especially like because my vocals are kind of like leading that song, and like the whole thing kind of has like this snarl to it. It's like just it's like very visceral and very fun
Yeah.
to play.
I think anybody that plays music experience that like sense of satisfaction that comes from playing a song that just lets you rip, your friends get to rip, you all are just playing at your like peak. You just all sound absolutely amazing, and I think that's definitely one of the songs where all of us have a chance to shine, whether that's in the chorus, bridge, whatever. We all have like a really important role to play in all of the different sections of the song. And I think that's what makes it so special, is you really can't portray that song without one of us being in it, you know? If one of us is missing, it's not gonna have that full effect.
Totally.
Yeah. I
Uh,
agree.
yeah, I think that would have been an awesome single. Could still be a single. Obviously, we're time's a construct. This episode comes out after. Who knows what is gonna happen.
Yeah, we don't even know. So.
One song that I really wanted to point out that I think is great because the feature adds so much to the song itself.
Yes.
Is Sheriff, which you have featured by Nikki Walters. Like that
Yes.
song when I got there, like I was taken aback because I wasn't fully prepared for it. Obviously, this fool kind of gets you into like that zone as we kind of come out of without, but like that feature just they killed it, and
Yeah.
you all with them killed it as well. Like it's such a good song.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was. Nick actually plays in a project with Nikki, which is how we got the connect.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just play in her current project, and so obviously she's really into alternative music, loves Radiohead, all that good stuff, and so we had to get her involved in this, and she, like you said, she fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Like it was really cool to hear the contrast between like the stark Charlie and Piper vocal versus Nikki Walters' smooth like melodic tones in the verse and the bridge parts.
Yeah.
It's really cool to hear the amalgamation of both worlds, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Nikki too is like this is very outside of their realm, this kind of music.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally.
But they show up to all of our shows. I adore them as a person, and we're just like, we got to do it. You're a great synth player. You're a great guitar player. We love your voice. And we had Nikki come into a practice, which I think overwhelmed them because they're like
Poor Nikki.
so dysfunctional at a practice. But essentially, we just played the song, and we only had the chorus written at that point. And we just told Nikki, like, whatever you want to add, whatever you want to write, like, let's do it. And kind of came up with something like, I don't know, that song gives me chills every time. That's my favorite off the entire thing. I wish we could play it at every show, but A, I can't sing and play those parts, and B, it's in a really fucked tuning.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it makes it that more special because we like don't play it.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's like that was like a song that like we knew like before the idea came of like having Nikki
Yeah.
on it. We knew we kind of had like something going on, and we were like it was kind of one of those things where it's like I was kind of just smacking my head against the wall like there's got to be something here, but because I just had that chorus and I had like a vague progression on the verse, but like just wasn't there. And Nikki was like the perfect person to like team up with and make it something like worth listening to.
Totally.
I remember she was like the catalyst for that bridge part where we
Yeah.
like all like cut out and stuff.
Yeah.
We were all just listening to the demo and I was like, we need to give space for that. That's special. Like we really need to do that.
Yeah, and this is also the first time we've like worked
Collaborated with anybody.
Yeah.
with, which is like that sounds like cringy. Like you want,
But
hey bro, you want to collab?
that's kind of true to the whole album, because
Yeah,
every other thing that we've put out was played by just Charlie and I, mixed by just Charlie and I, mastered. Like everything was done by just you and I. And this is the first time that we like put mastering in someone else's hand and like invited other people to play on it and had a whole band playing with us. And selfishly, it was kind of nice to like step away from so much of it and really just enjoy it as art and not as work.
totally.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool.
but yeah, it was very much like obviously there's the song with Nikki, and then on The Fool,
Yeah.
our dear buddy Jeremy,
Yeah.
who is like one of the most incredible artists I know,
Yeah.
plays some like
12 string.
really
yeah.
like really out there like 12-string acoustic guitar and does some vocals. And so it's like, I don't know, this record like it felt too easy because it was like other people were like just doing their thing and it was awesome,
I know.
instead of like me like having like a giant chart of like all these instruments I had to play, and then like me like not being happy with my own performance and like having to like redo all this stuff. It was just like it kind of just fell into
Yeah.
place.
I think with like our mindset from previous recordings, we were so stressed going into it. Just like, oh, it's so much work, like we have so much work to do. But then everyone came and like knocked it out of the park first try. And like both as a musician and as a producer, I think it's the first time that I felt like confident with what I put out. I was like, oh, my vocals didn't take 27 takes, and guitar, I was like, oh my gosh, that's my guitar, like that sounds great. And I don't know, I just felt really confident about it all around, which was a first.
Yeah, I agree. And it was like a lot of this, I guess this is kind of getting to like technical stuff, but like a lot of this record is like, it's like full takes. So we're not doing, it's like, especially nowadays, it's like, it's very common to do everything like section by section, bar by bar on like every instrument. But like every drum part is like full takes, no edits, like no quantizing. Guitars, full takes, no edits. Vocals for the most part are like full takes and like
Except for
conts.
like BGVs, yeah.
Totally, yeah. And then a lot of the sound is like room mics too. So it's like a very unhyped, like that's just what like the room sounded like.
Yeah.
And I really love that about it because I think it sounds different from like a technical like
Right.
mixing perspective. I think it sounds different than like a lot of what's coming out, which is again like kind of trying to swim against the like bro gaze current.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
because
think
mean, you don't want it something to sound super polished, and like getting that open room sound to something, especially like this, adds so much more. And yeah, you kind of deviate away from like the bro gaze that might just be like, you know, we track this super quiet in this room, like you're gonna hear just this, and it's just gonna be on point this entire time. I want those little effects. Like I low key miss the days when people would just like have those shitty just like basement recordings sometimes.
Yeah.
Like not the super shitty ones, but just the ones that are like done enough where you're like, oh, I can tell that this was a super DIY recording.
Yo.
And
Totally.
it adds so much more to that like EP or whatever they're doing.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of like our thing. I don't want this to be like a mixing thing, but it was like it was very much like again with like the room mics. And I think that like I think your brain can tell when it's like real reverberations happening, like
Yeah.
and all this energy is just like bouncing off the wall in the space and then going into these microphones that are like far away from something else. And your brain just knows like, oh, there's like real like raw like energy happening here.
Yeah, no, I think like from an audio perspective rather than like a musician's perspective too, it's the least we've ever done to a release. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
half
pretty,
of it was
like flat.
half of it was mixed just by like the tones we got and the mics we chose and all of that when we were recording. But then even when we took it to mastering, we did so little to it that it was more of just like a hangout with this industry professional we wanted to hang out with than it was like actually mastering it.
The guy who did our record is Corey Kaufman from Gleamer.
Yeah, let's name drop.
But yeah, Gleamer is absolutely legendary Colorado kind of like indie band.
Yeah.
And Corey's like the nicest guy.
Corey is like the most angel of a human being I've ever met. Yeah,
Yes.
he got us like one of the biggest gigs we've ever played in our life, which was just incredible. So.
But yeah, and also just like kind of working with him, kind of like it was like very validating because he like does all of our favorite records, and so it was like now I can like take my records seriously because it's like in this pantheon of like all my favorite records.
No, and he was just like, it was genuinely, I think I was scared to have my music in front of someone else's face and like see what they thought about it. But he was genuinely like so excited to work on it. He was just like, this is so cool. Like, you guys are authentic. You're doing it. This is awesome. So it was validating to see someone like so excited about something I created.
We also, we had the Brogaze conversation with him as well.
Yeah.
Can we trademark that? I
The
think that might be ours.
Yeah.
That's ours.
But the associated with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we kind of mentioned, you this is the first record that it's not just you and Charlie kind of doing everything. I know I've talked to a few other people that have started the project themselves and then kind of expanded and brought people in. Do you feel like there was that slight hurdle of like not wanting to let someone in and like kind of deep down wanting to still keep it yourselves at the same time?
I mean, I'll let you talk about this too, but for me, I was just like, sure. I love, one of my big things, like, in every job interview and every time I go to like work on something, I love collaborating. So I was just like, oh, thank God it's not me anymore. Like, I don't have to do it. And I think selfishly a little bit, I do a lot of like the business side of the band too. So it was nice to just not do something.
Right.
So, but I don't know how you feel about it.
I feel like I'm very like the opposite. Like I've always been like very like insular, like nose to the grindstone, like really just going at it.
Mm-hmm.
I played in like bands in high school and like did records in high school where it was like a band, but it was like everything was me, which is like, that's kind of a dick move. Like you shouldn't do that. So if there's any other like 16-year-old guy who's like about to do that, don't do that.
Don't do that.
But yeah, so it was kind of like more, it was like a little bit scarier for me to like relinquish control. But I think by the time we were doing that, I had so much trust in my bandmates that I was like, you guys just like do what you do, and I know it's gonna be good.
I think it was less like not because none of them were strangers.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like, oh, I don't trust any of you. I knew all of them. I knew their abilities, and I think that probably helped me with where I was at. But I don't know. I was fully confident, like, yes, this is the right decision.
And we had like a year of like
Playing
writing,
together.
yeah,
and writing,
playing together
yeah.
and like writing songs, and most of those songs just like went to the idea landfill. Like, well, you kind of have to do that. You have to like flush out all the like, you have to get out all that like weird stuff, and then you can. Are you spilling PBR on the carpet? Oh,
Do you have a drinking problem or a problem drinking, brother?
is that an airplane reference? Yeah, no, it's like we had kind of like gotten the like bad ideas out of the way, and it was very much like we had trimmed the fat of the metaphorical steak of the
Bad
record.
idea.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I felt confident, but it was definitely like it took a while for me to like get to the point where I wasn't like freaking out at like the idea of having somebody else like handle another aspect of it.
Totally.
That's fair. That's fair.
Are we beefing now?
No. That's totally fair, I think.
Yeah, thankfully you warmed up because you got the best drummer west of the Mississippi.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
bro.
Okay.
People can't start saying that.
we-
No.
We bait and hooked you too.
People.
Yeah.
When Charlie and I first moved to Colorado, we were like, oh shit, like we don't have a bass player, we don't have a drummer anymore. What are we gonna do? And I remember we went to a Holy Fawn concert. And we're like, oh my god, like we posted an Instagram story. We were just like, oh my gosh, like we miss playing live music. We need a bassist and a drummer, or like something along those lines. And we literally posted it so Nick would respond. And then Nick did, and the rest is history.
The funny thing is that there was like other people that responded, and we like
we
did not
didn't.
open their message.
Don't tempt me with a good time. What did I say?
But we had like seen a band that Nick was playing in before we even moved down here, and we were
Yeah.
like, how do we get them as our drummer?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Yeah.
You're making me
literally.
blush. Stop.
Yeah, but that's
The prophecy was fulfilled. Like that's amazing that you kind of singled Nick out that early, and it all worked out in the long run.
Yeah.
It's I mean it's like one of those things where there's just like so few drummers, and it's like to find a drummer that like is like actually good at drumming and like shows up on time and is like such a blast to hang out
Yeah.
with. It's like you have to. You're not. You don't have an option at that point. Like,
I
So,
take
yeah.
that shit seriously.
yeah,
What
we
can I say?
paid Nick handsomely to stay in the
I did notice he wasn't drinking PBRs. He had something in a glass bottle, a little bit more fancy.
I got that soju on deck. Soju on deck.
There's a liquor store in our neighborhood, so they took a walk to the liquor store about 10 minutes before we were supposed to hop on this call.
Yeah, all my soju drinkers in chat right now. In chat.
I got it up there.
Give me a thumbs up. Thank you.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that stuff's not cheap either. It's like $8 a bottle.
But
It's
$8
worth it.
for 13% bottle?
It's worth it.
Worth it.
There's like those memes where it's like there's like the soju bottle and it's like the first half is like I don't feel anything. Second half is like this tastes like juice. The third half is like I need to kill the president.
Third half.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh man. A couple cool things that you guys have also done this year. I know one was technically recorded before Goodbye came out, and this is where I got the best drummer west of the Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Was the Tiny Dorm live session that you guys put out.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
With a school we don't even go to.
No, that's like the Denver University like radio station. DU is like a private kind of like. Do they just do art or is it like?
No, it's everything. It's
Yeah,
just
they
a
do
private
everything.
university.
Yeah, it's a private university, but like the music scene at DU is like so cool.
Yeah. And Charlie and I and Nick graduated, but we all went to the University of Colorado in Denver, but ended up making like really good friends with one band at DU, but a bunch of bands there. And thankfully kind of fell into that scene, which is a lot more like DIY focused.
Yeah.
And they ended up inviting us to do that. And yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of fun.
It
but
was a blast.
Gigi and I
space
were
looks
both
sick.
really sick, but that's actually a film set on our campus. It's not a house at all.
Yeah.
Well, like at first I was like, is this a house? And then there's a shot that they try to do like off this side where you kind of see Charlie right here. And then I noticed like, oh no, it's a set.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
still
Yes.
they did that.
It's,
Yeah, their thing was like, oh, they like wanted to like record like bands in their practice spaces, and we like often just practice at the university, and so we were like, well, we just like have this film set that like is
looks like a house.
yeah, it was like a Sunday or whatever, so like nobody's there, so we just used it.
Yeah.
It was like so hot in there that day too, so there's
Yeah.
like
No, there was like 30 people in that room too, because they
oh
had
gosh. They had
like a
so
bunch
many
of camera
cameras.
crew, sound crew. Yeah, it was crazy. But
Yeah, that was really fun though.
Yeah, it was sick to see it because like you know, the one downfall of doing this podcast with people from across the country is, you know, I'm not always in their vicinity to see what they're like as like a live set. So it was nice to kind of like see kind of what you guys would be like. Obviously, like you said, you and Gigi were a little sick, so it probably wasn't the full version, but it was still cool to at least see some version of it.
Yeah. No, I think that is the fastest we've ever played without too. It was like
gosh.
crazy fast.
Well, yeah, we had that issue at first where it's like the demo was like some like drum and bass like break that I just like dropped into the DAW.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, this song is like fast. So we count it off and be like, and it would just be like, it was like insane.
But the recording is like not that fast at all.
No, the recording is like, it's like a fast, but it's like a moderate like tempo. It's
Yeah.
like, we were playing it at like grindcore speed.
Yeah.
But
Real.
yeah. Anyways.
And at that point, Without didn't even have a name. It was
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
it was
Oh
D&B.
my
It was
god.
D&B, yeah.
Because we're
Oh
like,
yeah, that is right. I
We had
remember
the drum
like
and
the
bass.
look of DMB as to why it was called DMB.
Oh
And then
shit.
just got like there was that
That's
awkward
so
silence, and then I was like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
honestly, most of the songs off the EP didn't have a name until we were like a week out from going to master them, and we're like, shit, these should really have names before we take them to somebody else. Like,
Did they even, because like when Corey gave us the deliverables, it was just like Blackberry Crush. Oh,
no, they had names at one point.
Okay.
It was just his
Oh,
naming
okay.
conventions.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember like going back and forth on the names for like a long time, as we do.
Yeah.
But
No, but that was like none of them had names except for no. Like the Fool,
Nothing.
I think, was the only one that had a name.
no, maybe you're right. I trust your memory more than I trust mine.
Okay.
But
Doesn't matter. But
Obviously, like you said, DMB was the placeholder name for Without. Were there any other quirky placeholder names that you were using for some of these off the album?
I think Honey Honey was Heavy Song.
it
Yeah.
was like Heavy Song 3 or something. Yeah.
And then I don't know,
Botchalist was always Botchalist.
Botchalist
That's
was
right,
always
yeah.
Botchalist. Sheriff was originally like Backyard Sheriff, and then it was like a bunch of other names.
Backyard Sheriff sounds like a euphemism. I just like
But-
couldn't get behind that.
But then we're like, oh, we also have Backyard in the EP title, so maybe we shouldn't have it in a song title. Even though that is the one that says like My Own Backyard. But no, I think it was just Honey Honey and Without.
The Fool was called Drop Ham for a
Oh
yes!
because I name a lot of times I'll like name my demos off of like the sound that like I'm using, and this one was using like a drop harmony pedal.
But you forgot the R.
I had misspelled it, so the title was just Drop Ham, and that was what we called it
That's
for a long
right,
time.
yes.
That's so sick.
I forgot about
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Botchalist was like always Botchalist because it's like
Botulus.
yeah,
Yeah.
because Botchalist is like it's one of those words that's like not really a word.
Yeah, I tried to look it up, and it technically doesn't. There's botulism, but there's not botulist.
Yeah.
In our definition, it's like the container in which gives you botulism.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like
It is the botulist. Like,
I was
The
at
vehicle.
my parents' house for like winter break or something. I was visiting them for the holidays, and for some reason like my old bedroom at like my parents' house is just like songwriting mecca for me. It just like pours out in there. And we were like watching Psych, that like old TV show.
Oh, no.
And there was an episode about like this like plastic surgeon that was like killing people by like injecting like too much, because like Botox is basically just like botulism in a
Yeah.
can. They like inject into somebody and it like paralyzes their like eyebrows or whatever. And so there was this like whole episode on like Botox and like botulism and all that. And I don't know, I just was so like enamored by
Yeah.
it that I like had to write a song about like botulism.
well, it was also like, there's a running joke in the band that I get food poisoning like every 2 months, which is kind of true.
And it's right before a show every time.
It's right before a show.
Yeah.
So there was like a little bit of poking fun in there that was just like, haha, you're gonna get botulism one of these days.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, those are the funny names.
And the other cool thing that you guys got to do this year is you went on Blackberry Crush's first tour, 4-day run, back in, was that April, May-ish?
March.
March.
Is it
Oh,
April?
It was
Yeah,
March.
It was March. Yeah, yeah.
Because it was right before your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we went on like a 4-day run in Colorado, but 3 of the 4 shows were really awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
3 of them.
3 of
There
the
was one that was
4.
really bad, but it's okay.
No, but literally the 3 that were really good, every room was full and full of people we didn't know. Which is not what we were like, oh, like the local bands are gonna pull everybody. It was great. But then we were like talking to people after the show and they're like, no, we're here for you. Like we saw your post about it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But they were just super psyched to be there for live local music in a DIY setting for the most part, and it was really cool. The Denver show we did end up getting to hop on like an opening slot, which was nice. But the other shows were completely like booked by us, planned by us, which was nice. So yeah.
It was cool to be on a bit of a run where people were like, oh wow, like holy fuck, like what's up? Good to
Yeah.
play with y'all, because I feel like I play a lot of shows where it's like we mutually meet up, we play the show, it's like kind of how it goes, the motions, you know?
Yeah.
But this tour was specifically special. From the audience to the other people we were playing with, everybody was truly into what we were creating with everybody else on stage, all the other bands we were playing with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just seemed like all the audiences were willing to listen to what everybody had to say and reacted positively to pretty much everything. So it felt really solid.
It was a good trial run for real tour,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
which we're doing next month.
Yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
or this month, whenever this comes out. I don't know, but
October, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where it was kind of like a giant like confidence boost because we like so used to the like the slog of like the local circuit, and it was weird to like be in a different town, like 2 hours away, and there's people like, oh yeah, I know your band. I was like, what? How do you know my band? I work
Yeah.
at Whole Foods, dude. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I did not work at Whole Foods at the time. I haven't worked
But
at,
you know.
Anyway, that was my,
Yeah.
my last real job. But yeah, it was really cool. The show that didn't go well was in Boulder.
Yeah.
That was
We played Boulder, Colorado on the hill on a Saturday night. And it was just a bunch of frat bros trying to use the bathroom plugged in
Which,
their ears.
have us back, Boulder. Show us a good time.
Which,
Yeah, show us a
okay.
good time.
But that
there-
wasn't the move.
There
What we
was-
did was not the move.
There was literally one guy who was just trying to use the bathroom, plugging his ears, wearing a Duster shirt. And we're like, dude, that's like shoegaze band of all shoegaze bands. Are you crazy?
That's a slowcore band, actually.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
But it was like, yeah, I should have like ripped the shirt off his back.
Like,
Like, you don't deserve
fine.
this. Yeah. But it was, yeah, we were deep in enemy territory with that one.
Wow.
But the other ones were great.
The other shows were awesome. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, 3 out of 4 is that's at least 75%. That's doing pretty
That's a
well. I've
C.
been on. Yeah, I've been
Better than any
on-
grade I've ever gotten. Yeah.
I've been on like week runs where like 3 out of the 7 days were decent. So like probabilities. You're already winning there.
Yeah.
What was
Oh my
I break my
god.
chair? No, my chair's fine. It's just gonna rotate.
First beer.
No.
No, yeah, but we are getting ready to do it again. We're doing like a week and a half long run in the South after the EP releases, so
Hell
we'll
yeah.
see how it goes. But
Yeah, that'd be really cool. A little bit terrifying. We're doing like dates in like Texas and like OKC,
like
Kansas,
Arkansas,
stuff like that.
and
Yeah.
Omaha, Nebraska. Like,
All those like
Oklahoma City, there's a good scene there, so I think you'll be okay. Obviously, you're getting into like kind of red states, but that scene is killer with all that they have going on in the emo
that's
scene.
what we've heard about OKC is like that's the show that usually goes well for people.
I'm kind of really excited because I feel like with those like red states, like kind of the scene that we exist in is like legitimate counterculture, which is like so exciting
Yeah.
to be like, this is actually like against the grain of like this environment.
I don't
So
know.
I
We also
agree.
started in Wyoming, so it's
Totally.
nothing
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not used to. Like,
True,
Yeah, our first couple shows, we'd be like,
there'd be like old people in the brewery, like, I'm leaving. This is
Yeah.
terrible.
yeah, it would be like country singer songwriter. Then we go on with like twin reverbs and Marshalls, then like just like all this like noise fuzz stuff, and then like another country band after us.
Yeah.
It was like horrible, but we had a lot of fun. And yeah, people definitely like, lots of people like, what is this noise?
Yeah.
We prevail.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, those spots, even though, like, I remember one time we played South Dakota, and we got there, and we're like, oh, let's see how the show goes. And, it turned, like, it was at a VFW hall, too, so, like, when we got there, there's a bunch of old dudes, like, drinking at the bar, and we're like, man, this show's gonna fucking suck. But thankfully, like, in those communities, there's so many kids that, like, are going against that grain of trying to be a red state that they came out and just like showed out. Like a lot of those old people like ended up leaving because they didn't want to deal with hooligans or whatever, which worked out great for us because then we didn't have to wait behind people at the bar. So it was tight, but those scenes like seemed to still come out and like pack out pretty well.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's it. Yeah.
No, the not waiting at the bar is so real.
That's so real.
We just played like the first ever show that we've played that was sold out. We did not sell it out, but it was sold out. But it was all like 16 and 17-year-olds, so the bar looked empty.
Yeah, it was
Like,
awesome.
They wouldn't let us bring beers down into the green rooms because some of the bands were under 21. So
Which is so weird because we're like young, like early mid-20s.
Yeah.
But it was like the band that was like headlining and sold this place out.
the oldest
were, like,
one was 21.
Yeah, and it was like, what?
So.
Yeah, like I can't imagine like, not that it's like, you know, Taylor Swift level attention, but I can't imagine being like 17, 18 on like international tours and like selling out shows. That would have like damaged me so much. I don't think I could recover from that.
Yeah.
Imagine how much like, I don't know, how much you would contribute to global warming and that sort of thing with the
No,
private jets.
for
and that
real.
sort
The
of
private
stuff.
jets. Yeah. We'll get a Learjet someday. But yeah, that's gotta be like a wild feeling for them. But anyways, yeah.
But no, that's awesome in general that you guys are doing another week run. Are you guys, obviously this episode comes out, I think I was slated for the week after the release. So are people like listening to this and able to still catch some shows or pretty much
Yeah.
done?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be on the tour.
We'll
at
be
that
like
point.
leaving at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So don't know when we're gonna announce it, but soon.
Yeah. Find us on Instagram, and if we're in your town, say what's up.
Hit us up.
We're cool, right? We seem cool.
We got new merch, new stickers. Like we'll have
Yes.
it.
Yeah. New record.
New record. That's the important part.
Yeah. But yeah.
Are you doing any sort of physical release for the record?
I think so.
Oh, we are. Okay.
It sounds
Yes, we are.
like we may have found a deal where it's like 100 CDs and 100 11 by 17 posters for a very, very good price. So I think we might be doing that.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
Okay.
We've never done physical
Okay is the
releases,
right
but we
answer.
might. So
Yeah. We toyed with the idea of like cassette tapes for a while, because like
Yeah.
that's like the cool kid thing to do right now.
well, and it's something we can do by ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's decently priced to do those too, which
Oh,
is nice.
Mhm.
And it's like I don't know, I feel like the cassette, like the issues of the cassette format like lend itself to being like a cool sound for any music that's like off the beaten path.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as a resident husky boy, bigger dude, when I go to a show and like I want to support a band, this is not telling you guys need to do this, but this is just how I am. I'm hard with getting shirts if there's a print on the front, just because, you know,
Totally.
it doesn't look right. So if there's tapes, tapes usually sell for like $5, maybe $10 at the most. Like, I'd rather still support in some way. So,
We honestly, like, we've never been big on the like shirts. We did a small run of like goofy BBC shirts, but
I
in, like,
wonder why nobody bought those.
I know.
I got one.
Yeah.
This run, like, we worked with a graphic designer on the EP cover and on merch designs, which was really nice. So we will have like nicer looking shirts, but it's also gonna be on the stickers. So for me, it's like I'm in college, I'm broke as fuck. Yes, I'm buying a sticker over a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I think the merch will like sell better this time around, but
Yeah. One of our big sellers is we have like carabiners with bottle openers.
I
Yeah.
saw those. Those are sick.
they were cheap as fuck to make, and they sell so like I think we have 2 left.
But yeah.
Yes.
But I always have to give the like, do not try and climb with this disclaimer because you will die. Yeah.
I think when I bought them off of like carabiners.com, they were like 60 pounds max. Please don't put anything else over this.
Yeah. But they're great for keys. And
Great
you always
for
have
opening a
bottle
beer.
opener.
Like,
Great
Yeah.
for opening a beer.
yeah.
When I saw those today on the Mean World Records website, shout out Mean World Records, and I'd never seen a carabiner with a bottle opener on it, and I was just so blown away for like 5 seconds, probably 5 minutes, 5 minutes, probably 5 seconds, one of those two, depending on the order. But like I was just so blown away because I'd never seen that before, and I was like, this is fucking amazing.
I think, yeah, I had seen it like once, and it wasn't it was like, businesses will always make shit for promotion. I think I'd seen like a business do it, and it stuck in my mind, and I was like, guys, we have to do that. Like, it's gonna happen.
You know, us here at Blackberry Crush, we're very forward thinking.
Yeah.
We're visionaries.
Revolutionary.
Also, the big one that we want to do, but we haven't figured out yet, is so people at shoegaze shows smell really bad.
Yeah.
We
We want to get like travel deodorants.
we get like some sort of like blackberry scent.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go. Could be a thing. Yeah.
They're kind of expensive. I've looked into it.
Yeah.
So
But we're really like, yeah, we're doing a favor to the population at large.
yeah. But no, I think like going back to working with a graphic designer, especially because it's always just been like Charlie and I in Canva making the most fucked up shit we can think of. Like the Goodbye album cover. Oh, this is crazy. The Goodbye cover is an Android picture of Charlie and I wearing a 2-person camel costume that's like been distorted to shit.
Oh, my sister took that picture and we never credited her. That's okay.
It's
She's
I'll give her $10, like, you know.
yeah, I'll give her
But- no, but this is the first time where it's like, oh, we have to like write up a preview and send it to a graphic designer and work back and forth with them on designs. And I think we got like, he gave us like 6 or 7 designs before we actually chose what we finally landed on.
Yeah.
But no, he's cool. He's worked for like Green Day and Code Orange and Paramore and like huge names.
Yeah,
But he was Jack Rogers.
yeah.
He lives in the UK. But
Yeah.
nicest guy again. Super awesome guy.
Yeah, he's so cool. And yeah, his like Instagram handle and his like company name is Get a Real Job Kid. Yeah, he was the best because obviously there's like a huge time difference. So he would always like email us at like 3 a.m. and it'd be like, "Cheers, mate. Good afternoon." And he'd be like, and I'd be like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was he's so awesome
Yeah.
and like he
I
did
think
such a killer job.
He really brought it to life too. I was so stoked with what we landed on and what he came up with.
Yeah, we've definitely like we've tried to work with like other people in the past on like the design and like mastering and stuff
They've
like
all
that.
said no.
Well, no, but it's like the stuff that we have worked with other people on. We've it's sometimes it's like that really wasn't quite what I was thinking,
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing. But this is like the first time where it feels like we found people who were like, yes, I understand what you're doing, and like added to it in a way that was like really awesome and like took the project to like a different level.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. I don't know if anyone's ever asked you a question, but what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I got some good old hams.
Hey, yeah,
Can't go
baby.
wrong.
Is
The
that
green
a
room special.
Is that a Milwaukee?
Yeah, now it's Milwaukee. It used to be Minneapolis, Twin Cities. Well, I think
Yes.
technically St. Paul, Twin Cities. It switched to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of me was I was so close to just grabbing some Coors Banquets, and then I realized
Oh,
I only had one in the fridge, and I was like,
20 minutes. 20 minutes
yeah.
that way.
Yeah, Coors Banquet is like right. The Coors thing is like right that way.
yes. So I actually go to Denver a couple times a year for work.
Oh,
nice.
So one of the last times I was there, we had to go do a site visit out in. We had to go to Frisco, so I got to kind of drive
Okay.
past the factory,
Yes.
at least like see it a little bit. So that was kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, we're right across from Coors Field right now.
Ooh, hell yeah!
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, Coors Banquet is like that's like all people drink in Wyoming.
Yes.
My favorite thing about a
Well,
Coors
it's
Banquet.
the like luxury beer in Wyoming.
Right, yeah,
What?
there's like Bud Lights and like the regular
Michelob
Buds and
Ultra.
the Michelob Ultras and all that, and then like Coors Banquet is like there's like a big rodeo where
Yeah.
we're from, and it like
Where I'm from.
yeah.
Whoa.
I grew up in California, and there's like a huge influx of people from California in Denver, and so there's kind of like an animosity towards people from California, and so people are like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "I'm from Wyoming." And Piper
He went to
hates
school
it.
there for 2 years.
She hates it so much.
I lived there for 21 years.
I'm dodging that confrontation. I do not care.
You know, I got you.
Fair.
But yeah,
With
Coors
this-
Banquet is like the big
yeah.
rodeo. Everyone drinks it.
Yeah.
It's the beer.
But my favorite thing about Coors Banquet, and I don't know if this is your experience as well, is that like one in every like 9 Coors Banquets kind of tastes like blood, and there's just like there's one in
it's a
there.
little metallic, yeah.
Yeah, it's either like this is perfect, this is amazing, or it's like there's blood in this.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten to that 9th one, or at any
Yeah.
point. But I'll let you know if
That's
that
probably
changes.
for the yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But maybe I just have like bad luck with the banquets, or I don't know. I'm not the only person to have said this though, so I
No,
don't think
yeah.
I'm crazy.
I'm from the 303, and I'm not sure, bro. I'm not entirely sure.
Man,
Maybe
maybe
you're
it's
used to it.
Oh, fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Dude.
I had a question before that question. With the album artwork, obviously getting to have something that you feel like is fully right and kind of your original idea being out there. Like, is there like a deeper meaning within this artwork that really correlates to this EP?
I don't think so.
You'd have to ask Jack, yeah.
I don't know. We kind of just like typed some bullshit up for each song.
That's not true.
No. We like said
Bullshit.
we were like, hey, this is vaguely what each song is about, and then like how that kind of ties together as a whole. And we said, do whatever you want with it. And I don't know, I think Jack just kind of, there was like 3 main ideas that were between all the designs, which is like the 3 pictures you see in the EP design itself. But I don't know, we were kind of just like hands off with it. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you have.
But it was, yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's kind of a thing we do when we like write where a lot of what we do is like we'll start with the instrumental, like the music, and then we'll do this thing where we have a mic set up and we just go record, and you just kind of like brain vomit like a vocal idea where it's like mumbling and there's like subconscious, like you're kind of singing words but not really, and then we'll like hand it off to the other person with like a notebook, and you like try and decipher what the like subconscious mumblings are about, or like try and like pick words from that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, because we're very like we're chasing that like very specific emotion, and it's like the words like you can't always do that, and so it's like there's like a certain like subconscious rambling that I think like makes more sense to your like emotional side of your brain than your like logical side of your brain. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah. So a lot of the like meanings of our songs are like they're kind of like convoluted, and there's like multiple facets, and it's like trying to go further than language can do by itself, and so it makes it very difficult to be like, this is the meaning of this song, or like this is you know. But I think there's lots of like the kind of overarching theme of the record has a lot to do with like, because we're all like in our mid-20s now, so we've gone past that hump of like, am I a child or am I an adult, and like, why does it suck so hard to like pay rent, you know, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just like after kind of like going through that hump, or I guess you never really get over that, but after kind of being on the other side of the like majority of that, kind of like looking at like this idea of like, oh, like I wish I was a kid, but like when I was a kid I also like wasn't happy, or like I didn't feel like I wanted to be an adult. And so it's like this, I feel like everybody goes through this where they have this like idea of like, oh, being a kid was like so much better, and like there was all this stuff, but like that place that you're thinking of like doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this like weird idolization of like, we're always like, oh, I wish I could go back, but to where you want to go back like never happened. It's just kind of like this thing that you've built up that's like, you're like, oh, that would be better than this.
Right.
But then when you were there, you were like, oh, that would be better than this. And so I don't know. It's kind of this like, this being stuck between two things.
Yeah. Well, and like when we were starting the EP work, Jack had asked us like, if you could put one word on the EP, what would it be? Like, what would that one word that encompasses it be? And we kind of both said nostalgia. Or not both, like the whole band said nostalgia.
Yeah, totally.
So that's also, it's funny because we had started working on EP artwork before all of Sheriff was written and before we were done working with Nikki. So like tying back to that collaboration, we kind of gave Nikki that same word and we're like, that's about nostalgia. So I think the lyrics in that hit that on the head.
Yeah,
So
that's like the
Nikki-
most direct for sure.
Nikki really honed in on like, oh, going back to your hometown for the first time after like college, or really feeling like an adult and just kind of wishing for something that, yeah, like you said, like doesn't exist. So
It was, yeah, like Sheriff is like, it's very much like, or at least the like parts that I wrote and like the music that I wrote was like very much like, I don't know, it was like me trying to like evoke the feeling of like my childhood home,
yeah,
and just like the weird like little like very vivid memories that you like piece together.
totally.
And Nikki just like hit it out of the park. She just like, she got what we were going for.
Totally.
Yeah, still, I mean, the whole EP is great, but that's probably one of my contender for top song on that
Hell yeah.
on the EP.
Love it.
So good.
As we start to transition to the later half of this episode, I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything between Blackberry Crush and My Own Backyard. Is there anything that I might have not brought up that you want the people to know about?
Piper blew up my amp when we were recording that song.
At the end of Sheriff, you can hear like a little breakup. It's like, wee, wee. That's me blowing up the amp. So
I have this like old deluxe reverb that
I didn't know that.
yeah.
that's what that sound
We
is.
were, yeah, actually, we were at my like parents'
I
house.
love it.
And we really needed to like get this guitar part done, and that amp was like at my parents' house. So we like plugged it in, turned it way up, put the fuzz pedal on, and yeah, like towards the end of the song, the like tubes went all microphonic. It was like cutting out, and like the fuse blew, but it, like there's this like really cool like amp breaking
Yeah.
sound that you can hear in the trail off.
And it's been in the shop twice.
Yeah, but it's been in the shop twice since that happened. Yeah, shout out Damon. He's getting my amp right.
Yeah. But that's it. I think that's all about the EP.
Yeah, that's all.
Now I got to go back and re-listen to that to see if I can pinpoint.
Right,
That's
right at the
crazy.
very, very end. Yeah.
You can hear like in the chugs too, like the amp is like really hurting.
Okay. Hell yeah. Well, you know, everyone that's listening, please go check out My Own Backyard if you haven't already. You know, it's such a solid EP. I can't stress that enough. Like, I'm so happy that I got sent that email for, you know, the single, and then we got to do this. But as we start to transition one thing I've been trying to do and bring back on the podcast since I took the time to put up shelves behind me. As you can see, there's some records behind me. I picked them out specifically for each episode. So the ones that I have for this episode that I feel like correlate in my mind with your EP is one, I got Winter Forever's Levitas. The boys fucking rip. I think you guys would be really tied really well with them. They also play Denver every once in a while. I think they were just there. I got Title Fight's Floral Green.
Yo!
Yes.
It's an iconic album, and I feel like it, again, right up that alley. I have Turnstile's Glow On behind me as well. Because I was trying to re-listen to everything and try and pinpoint which song it was, and I'm blanking on which one it is, but there's a spot where I think it's on your Floor Toms where you kind of do dut, and it's the same notes that they have, and I want to say it's in Glow On, where you're just missing, you're like one note away from it, where it's like the same intro into I can't think of the name of the song, but it just keeps taking me back to Turnstile, so I was like, I had to put that one on the wall today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then lastly, I have Southtown Lanes. I can't remember the name of that record, but it's their latest one from Portland or Seattle, one of the two. But I think you guys, My Own Backyard and their latest record, I would love to see both of those on one stage and one night played together. I think it'd be fucking sick.
I don't know anything about Southtown Lane.
Yeah, Southtown Lanes, they're
Piper's pulling it up right now. Okay,
yeah.
save that. I want to listen.
They fucking rip. They were a band that I found back in 2013. They had a couple EPs out, and then they kind of went away. And then late last year, they put out this full length and kind of came back as a band. And it's been sick to see ever since.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. And I feel humbled to be compared to some of our favorite bands like that.
Yeah, thank you.
No, dude, of course.
I think
yeah.
Seeing because Charlie and I saw when Glow On was on tour, that album had just been released. That for me, because I was never I grew up as a classical musician, was never into heavy music. That concert changed it for me. So
yeah, it was
I was getting elbowed at the pit. I was like, let's go, this is so fun, I love this.
Yeah, that was so funny because we were living in Wyoming at the time, and we had just barely started making this kind of heavier music, and so we drove down to Denver to go to the show, and downbeat of Turnstile's set.
No, it was downbeat of JPEG Mafia.
Oh. Anyways, downbeat. Yeah, that was a wild bill. Anyways.
It was all Baltimore bands.
Oh yeah, because it was Snail Mail.
It was Snail Mail, JPEG Mafia, and Turnstile, which wild lineup.
But anyways, downbeat of Turnstile's set, and the room exploded. And it was I've never seen anything like this.
Well, and they were just back to back, 45 minutes straight music.
No talking. Yeah.
No talking.
Oh hell yeah!
And I remember going in the pit and coming out. I don't remember anything that happened in the middle of it.
That was also one of the best mixes I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was really good.
The guy, I can't remember his name. Is it?
I don't know.
Oh,
don't know.
The front of house guy for Turnstile is he flies out with the tiniest console you've ever seen, but he's so good, and he's awesome. I've followed him for a long time now.
No, but I remember we saw that show, and then we were walking around downtown Boulder either the next day or the day after that, and you saw the album in some record store, and you're like, yep, gotta buy it. I didn't buy it at the show.
We also met Post Malone. Well, we didn't meet Post Malone.
We did meet Post Malone that day.
We ran into Post Malone.
We waved
and said
at Post
hi.
Malone.
Yeah. And he said hi back, so.
Yeah.
I think saying you ran into Post Malone is so much better than saying we met Post Malone. Running into him means we run in the same circles. We kind of just bumped into each other at the store. It's just Posty. It's whatever.
Well, we saw this line of people downtown, and we were like, what's going on? What? And then we see them all taking pictures with Post Malone. We're like, well, we're not gonna hop in that line, but we waved, and sure enough, we got one of these back.
Yeah, he was leaving the Arc'teryx in Boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, TLC from Turnstile is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, thank you for saying that. That really felt really good. But yeah, I fucking love that song, and that band is really cool, and their drummer is just so expressive.
Oh yeah,
Daniel Fang, dude.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm shooting for, you
Ludwig
know?
USA Maple.
Yeah, dude, exactly. That's what's in, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I feel like
sorry, go
Floral
ahead.
Green too.
Oh yeah, that's
Just-
a life-changing
Oh
record.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
that's it. Then leave it at that.
Yeah,
But, like,
life-changing. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw an interview recently. I think even Daniel said that like Floral Green is like a perfect record front to back, like one of his
Yeah.
favorites.
I love that
Dude.
100%. Turnstile reunion 2026. Not Turnstile, sorry.
Title Fight
Title Fight
reunion.
reunion 2026. Yeah, Turnstile's fine.
Yeah, they're
Hopefully they
doing
don't
just
fucking
fine.
break up, bro.
Yeah.
No. They're playing Under the Highway here in a couple months.
Yeah, they're not. They like
Mannequin
didn't book a
Mercy.
venue.
Oh yeah.
They literally just like bought permits to block off part of a highway, and they're playing underneath it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Dude.
So
Only
I was like,
Turnstile.
I don't know how that's gonna happen, but
That's gonna make my commute horrible.
No.
But that's okay.
I
It'll be worth it.
amongst the like college kid working 4 jobs, one of my jobs is working for like a music journalism sector of a magazine here in Denver. So I get to go to a bunch of shows for free, and that's one of the shows I get to go to for free. And I'm
Oh,
really
really?
yes, I'm so excited.
Did you get a +1?
No.
Aw,
Dang.
But so excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, that'll be sick. Because even like that outdoor show that they did, I think in Baltimore,
Oh,
that
that
was
like
like free.
park.
Like that thing was so nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, God, what a cool band. The coolest band to ever be in a Taco Bell commercial.
But yeah, Nick, I'll have to re-listen to everything again and pinpoint which song it was, and I'll let you know.
Yeah,
and
let me
then
know.
Actually, and also which Turnstile song it. Like, I feel like you could easily like just line them up and then just go right into each other. But it'd be pretty sick.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you.
But as we start to wind down, I know this. I mean, one, this has been a great conversation. I'm so happy we got to meet. Hopefully, one of these times that I'm in Denver, I'll be able to catch a Blackberry Crush show.
Hit us
So I'll
up.
be definitely
Yeah.
keeping an eye out.
Yes.
But I like to end off these episodes on a high note. Not to say we aren't already on good terms right now. But my my final question to the three of you is: from your time in Blackberry Crush, what has been your favorite moment that you gotten to experience so far?
Damn.
Oh.
Oh,
I gotta think about this.
I think for me so far, I think one of the bigger venues that we've played is the Marquee Theater downtown.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the opportunity to play that with the OG squad with our friend Gigi. And
Yeah.
I thought that was definitely a full circle moment for me, being a like native to Colorado, like just being able to go to some place that I've been going to since I've been like, 11, and like playing that stage with all of my best friends was truly such a rewarding moment for me. So that definitely has to be my top pick for sure. Thanks for having me.
yeah.
You?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like the music is cool or whatever, but like I feel like just like the amount of fun that we have like without any amps turned on or just like hanging out at each other's houses.
I know, like we're gonna hang out after this.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've made pancakes, so we're having
Yeah.
Our Hunter from Mean World Records is coming over. We're gonna make pancakes and
Play some video games.
play some video games. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, it's just the stuff like that and then it's like when the load-in is going horribly and like there's no tickets sold, we're like not upset because it's like it's just an excuse to hang out with like our best friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like at the worst show we ever played. Nick and I were playing like like card games.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, at that tiny bar full
Dude,
of a
that was like
Colfax.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was like the worst show ever, but we were still having a blast. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I guess that's a cop out answer, but that's my
No,
answer.
totally.
No, it's a good answer.
Yeah. No, I think for me, Like, I know I kind of said it earlier, but being validated that about my music by someone I appreciated in the music industry, like Corey, was just kind of rewarding, especially coming from like a very different musical background where like I played viola for 14 years, I'll admit it, like, but
And here come the hate comments.
but no, just growing up in like a very musical life, but a very different background in music, and then doing a complete 180 to something so different, but then like being validated by someone I thought of as like the top of the top in the industry, and genuinely like seeing them excited about my music was just a moment where I was like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, this feels good. And I don't know, I think I wouldn't trade that confidence for anything. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, no, all solid answers. And like we said, Charlie, that's not a cop out answer. Like, one thing I miss about touring and all that stuff is just being in the van with my friends. And touring, yeah, you're in the van for 6 hours. You might play a show for a couple minutes or whatever, but that time in the van is what matters. As long as you don't kill each other, like that's
Yeah.
but yeah,
I
exactly.
just kidding. No.
No, just kidding. But this has been a great time getting to know you guys, and like I said, truly, My Own Backyard is a great record. I'm really stoked on. I'm really stoked to see also what you guys do after this, because this is definitely I feel like you guys set a bar for yourselves, and I'm really stoked to see how you guys take that and just kind of keep going from there.
Yeah.
Pressure is on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep pushing it.
We're working on it.
Keep
We're
pushing.
working on it.
Thank you for saying that, Sue.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
flattering.
If anyone's looking for merch, music, or Blackberry Crush in general, where can they find it?
We're pretty much all at meanworldrecords.com. We've got a whole page under that website. That's our management. All of our merch is there. All of our links are there. All of our upcoming shows are there. And then Instagram is the other big one, of course. Blackberry dot Crush. Because, of course, there's some account with 3 followers and 0 posts that has Blackberry Crush. So. And
But-
Instagram.
Yeah, he knows. He
Also,
knows.
yeah, just go to Google, look up Blackberry Crush band. If you don't include band, you'll get like a recipe for a Martha Stewart cocktail.
Yeah.
That's
That's called Blackberry Crush. So.
which sounds delicious in Martha Stewart's defense.
But yes, add band to that, and you'll get us.
Yeah, you'll find us.
Our SEO is pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, depending on where you found this episode, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, I feel like there's another one in there that I normally say, or you watch the YouTube version and got to see their little faces like I did tonight. Check the hyperlinks down below. Go follow Blackberry Crush on all the socials. Be here for new music, tour dates, merch, all that fun stuff, and keep an eye on them. Charlie, Nick, Piper, one last big thank you for taking the time out of your Wednesday to sit down with me and talk about your band.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having us.
Yes,
course.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
little old me.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. No, thank you so much.
Of course. Everyone, go listen to Blackberry Crush. Make sure you listen to My Own Backyard, and I'll catch everyone on the next episode. See you.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.
Beers with Biz. Beers with Biz.